Okay, guys, so while Kovaaks is updating, I'm going to be bringing you episode 3 of the Gaming Bible. So right now, we're going to be talking about tracking. It's something I'm relatively new to, however, I'm not a noob. And right now, what I'm going to be showing you is why I think that a lot of the tracking scenarios and why Kovaaks and Aimlabs themselves are an incomplete science. So Kovaaks and Aimlab have a lot of voltaic, let me see if I can find voltaic scenarios. And let's see, do I even have any? Voltaic. Nope, no local playlists. Let's wait for this to load. While we wait for this to load, I'll just give you my, never mind, voltaic. So let's go to Smoothbot. I'm just picking one randomly out of it. So you're probably saying that there's a tracking scenario for whoever, but it's not the point. The point of what I'm trying to make here, and Kovaaks themselves are incomplete sciences. They have elements in them which are absolutely great, such as one wall, 6 targets, extra small, if you do it correctly. And they have really bad scenarios like these voltaic ones. So let me load this one up as an example. So you might be saying, well, like, look at this. I'm tracking. I'm getting better at track. Well, I wouldn't say getting better at tracking. So the number one thing that influences your tracking ability is not this velocity. It's not everything. You can learn how to do all of that. If you or yourself have learned about the way, pretty much if you're into neuroscience and into any part of the gaming scenarios like these, anybody who can realize, would this be A, velocity, B, the shape of your target, or B, the size? And if you answered B and C, congratulations, you're correct. So B and C are the biggest influences in tracking, which is why something like Diva is the easiest thing to track in, which like this right here is in between a Diva and a Dunker Queen. And if you look at anything else on the voltaic simulations, there's big dots, big dots. But if I was to take you into Overwatch Vaxta or Overwatch by QQ, you would get a lot more reactable, a lot more in-game scenarios in which you would be tracking a lot better. However, the only downside with that is that it's purely horizontal. So now let me bring you to that as I was doing that subconsciously. So I'm not bashing aim training and voltaic. It's the scenarios and the customizability of the aim trainer itself are just so locked and bogged down and bad for something like Overwatch, which is the most aim heavy of the FPS shooters right now that are currently out, to the point where I say that it's almost pointless unless you come up with something as brilliant as the flicking thing from episode 1 of the Gaming Bible. So let me take you to a training scenario. And I have something else like by QQ one bot where you can really hone in, and I'll be sure to talk about that too.
Every soldier needs a cause.
Okay, so by QQ is actually done. I'm not sure what happened to by QQ. But what I've done here is I have a separate scenario where it's just one bot. Now, if I wanted to spend my days tracking, what I would do is if I'm an Overwatch player, or if you're a Fortnite head, or if you're a Counter-Strike player. Well, hold on, wait. There's no aim, there's no tracking in Counter-Strike. But if I'm a tracking player and I want to track something, I'm not doing voltaic scenarios. Here's what I would do. Now that just helps with Genji, and this actually was going to be one of my main talking points. They only move left and right, but now if I wanted to track like that and I wanted to add in the size of an Overwatch head hitbox, I'm absolutely screwed unless you guys know of a tracking scenario like that that exists in Kovaaks right now. If I want to track something as precise as an Overwatch head with air like movement, and I wanted to just do that all day for 3 hours to get my tracking as good as like that, there's either a Kovaak scenario that's out like that right now, or I'm pretty much just screwed. So if I want to get better at tracking, it almost seems like to me Kovaaks in this is kind of useless, because voltaic, the smooth but easy, is just like not precise enough to make it worthwhile. Because if you've seen my flicking scenario, I've gone back and I've said that one wall 6 target small is actually too big. It won't help your tracking. Now, what would help you is just playing the game a lot more, which I mean, I guess that's common knowledge and that's common sense right now, but I'm not bashing on aim trainers. I want them to be heavily customizable, so that way I stop running into the same kinds of scenarios that I have been running into for the past, like, let's say 2 years right now, ever since I started this gaming Bible journey, to when I've made the vow to myself that if it kills me, I'm going to be a professional gamer. If I want this right now, where do I go for it? And I'll be sure to have you guys sound off in the comment sections below, but since my QQ is done, let me just show you what my accuracy would look like if I was to train on this for about 5 minutes. So get ready for a little training session right here. Not the best, but I'm still learning.
Heat check. Affirmative. Not good enough. You can't beat me. That's a clean takedown. Only gets better when aged. I've been doing this for years. Who the hell are you?
That was a good tracking right there.
That one's confirmed.
That's hilarious. And so just like that, it ends. So I ended up with 35% accuracy and about 38% critical hits, which once again isn't the greatest. I would definitely want to be seeing 50s, especially while training, maybe even 55. And I would want to see the critical hits say are roughly the same. You want to be hovering while training, standing still. You definitely want to be banking nothing but head, especially given some of the tracking scenario clips I'm going to be scattering throughout the video. So if you guys have any more suggestions about what tracking should be, or what tracking scenarios you would like to see in Kovaaks, or here, sound off if you want to see me develop an aim trainer. because I have a lot of things that I'm saying that just aren't the most useful right now. But however, I see people grind them for hours and hours a day. Whereas if you want to see something as robust and something that's going to give you the most apt chance at training, most apt chance at becoming the best tracker or the best aimer that you could possibly be, Kovaaks and Aimlabs are simply not it. But once again, I don't want to ramble too much, and I don't want to be beating the proverbial dead horse here. But once again, this has been Clappy out. Deuces.